If you missed it last time, don't forget it this time. US customers and surrounding areas get a 15% off when using the YouTube discount code in the coupon section. Now, moving back to the build, last episode we finished the primer. This episode I'm gonna sand it down as there were some minor mistakes still visible and some of the mold lines came back. So a good sanding with 800 grit got rid of those, and then just a light wash with some water and a toothbrush, dried it off and moved on to applying another coat of primer, basically to cover those bare plastic areas first, and then later on in the second coat I will cover the entire car. After the 5-minute dry time period, I just moved on to the second coat of primer. It's going to be very light as it's pretty much all covered, and this is just the finishing touch to get it all nice and even. So with the second coat applied, I let it dry for a good 60 minutes. Now if you have longer or feel like you need to take longer, go ahead. It's safe to let it dry a lot longer. It hurts nobody except for time. So I sanded everything smooth with 1200 grit sandpaper in order for the best possible finish in the end of the paint job. Now for the color, I chose a moonlight blue. This is a very, very dark blue. In the right light, it's a nice blue, and with no light, it's pretty much pitch black. Now, I'm first of all going to cover all those hard to reach, easy to forget spots like I always do, and this one is going to be done in a very, very light coat. I'm going to build it up in 5 layers as the paint is really thin, and I think it's better to go with a couple of more thin coats than a couple less thick coats. So here we go. Now, since the paint is very thin, be sure to let it dry for at least 5 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes in between coats, and then just move on to the second coat. It's going to be just as light as the first coat, as I'm not going to go for quick coverage, just some nice and even thin coverage. Now again, this second coat is finished. It's still a bit see-through and still very thin, so 5 to 10 minutes of dry time, and then move on to a third coat with about the same thickness. And after this coat is going to be covered about 90%, then I'm going to add a fourth coat and a fifth coat, just to be sure that all the nice metallics are aiming the same direction and there's no real weird streaks in it, and that is absolutely covered. So with the fourth coat now on, I let it dry for another 5 to 10 minutes before moving on to the fifth and final coat. But I'm not going to show that, as you can't pretty much see any difference in the color whatsoever. So I let it dry for a good 60 minutes, applied some decals and some logos, and then moved on to clear coating it, which will be in the next video.